Next card, please, Ms. Niemer.
Diane Lauder, here to speak on the golf course fence.
I'm Diane Lauder, 280. Too short. I'm Diane Lauder, 2805 Wyndham Lane, Richardson, Texas. I live in the fairways of Sherrill Park. And our problem is the fence, which I think you all know about. I want to read this so that I don't leave anything out. I really need to talk about the deplorable condition of the fence. That is one section of one of the major posts. It's a middle section, so there's a bottom that sticks up and a top that sticks down. I'm talking on behalf of the residents that live on the golf course and also the HOA, because we could possibly be sued if somebody fell and hurt themselves. I had a meeting with David Morgan, and he assured me that the city was going to do something before the beginning of golf season. I wish somebody could explain that expression to me, because it's golf season all year round. At our annual meeting of the HOA Association, most of you were there. Those that weren't, Don Magner spoke and briefly reassured us about the fence, concerning the fence. Unfortunately, we've had no further communication whatsoever. We have a grave concern about the safety of the children in the neighborhood. They play on the common areas. As a result, we have installed a bright orange plastic fence on some of the really bad areas in the common area. Nobody on the golf course other than the HOA has done any of this, although I've offered them some of the netting if they want it. This came from an area up on Waverly, and it fell out. And as we were putting a piece of plastic fencing on there, I pushed against it, and it pushed this far into the golf course, the top section of it. And this is connected to 5 whole sections along that one particular area, which is really extremely dangerous. I do have pictures of the red fencing, if you'd care to look at them. That's the worst section. That's where this is from. And you now are going to see the pictures, and you will know what a few of the problems are and why we need to have this repaired. The city requires a code enforcement of individual homes, and they have to maintain their fences in good repair. We would expect the city to do the same for their own fences. We're asking for your help to get a definite starting date. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson, would you like to comment, please?
Well, I do want to appreciate Diane and Sandy being here tonight, and they have been very, very active in their advocacy for this, appropriately so. I would tell you that the golf plan and funding and budget process we put together this winter really established a capital strategy that I think can allow us to be responsive to that. Diane, I want to apologize to you for any gap in updating to you, but certainly it will assure you there is an active construction evaluation process underway right now, bids being received and quotations being developed so that we can evaluate the kind of the fence and the magnitude of any first phase or worst areas to be accomplished, certainly around the areas you've identified in your particular area. You know, that particular fence was first established under a residential standard, and clearly one of the key things we are evaluating now is budgetarily, can we go on and step up to a commercial grade of materials? That was the original fence put in place
Yes.
quite a while back, so it has lasted this long, and yet it's coming to disrepair this way. We really are trying to evaluate what is the right quotation and pricing, and certainly the material quality to make sure we can put in in some cases a repair, but in many cases, literally, let's call it what it is, and it'll be a full-blown replacement. And so we want to make sure that happens. It is an order of magnitude of dollars that the council and certainly our budget process will have to be mindful of. Appreciate your patience. I certainly want to assure you, while there's been a gap in a communication to you, there is a seriousness about that project and making that occur. And we will be in touch with you to give you that status and certainly give you that comfort level of what is our future schedule for this.
I keep in communication with the whole neighborhood.
Right.
And they really need to know
Right.
of a reasonable starting date. The fence, as you said, has been up a long time. We've been there 23 years, and it's been there 23
No,
years.
it has lasted, I mean, for a residential grade, it has lasted quite a while.
No, it's not lasted. It's had to be painted.
Oh, well, that's true, that's true.
And there have been many of these that.
Sections,
This
right.
one is not just something
That's
that
true.
grew overnight.
That's true.
So
Well-
it really needs to be.
Understood.
So,
And
Mr.
please
Johnson,
keep us updated so that we know that we're not just sitting there wondering what's going to happen.
Right.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
so you're not going to arrest her for vandalism for tearing down the fence?
No, not at all. No, not at all. This neighborhood has been patient. We appreciate that. We'll be active in that response with you very shortly.
As long as you let us know.
I understand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diane.
Take a bow.
Any more cards, Ms. Niebuhr?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.